Haven't really introduced myself to those of you that haven't met me before or don't know what I do. My name is Tracy McMahon, and I am a spiritual mentor at this stage in my life. And I also facilitate retreats. I do events of circles, and I'm also doing an incredible thing that's just being birthed at the moment, where I'm co-creating with a friend of mine who happens to be like a culinary wizard, and he's a beautiful chef and a beautiful man, and we're doing something called the sacred senses, where we're combining spiritual ritual and practice and energy work with incredible food. So yeah, so there's that multi-dimensionality of my work is just amazing. And you often think now, how the hell do you put all of that on a business card? You don't. You just don't. So yeah, if somebody says to me, "Oh, what do you do?" I go, "I'm multidimensional. Like anything that I can do to bring people into presence with themselves, that's what I do." And so it can take on all these different experiences. So a lot of times I'm on Zoom. I look after people across Australia and the world. So a lot of my work is online. And then I also do energy work, circles, and experiences here in our home in Mount Nathan on the Gold Coast. And then I facilitate retreats, and I create these magical containers. So they're more like portals. I don't even know why I'm calling them retreats, because they're more like a portal of energy. And you come and you connect with yourself in that energy, and you actually discover things about yourself. All of my things have no rules. They have really clear boundaries, but they have no rules, so that you can completely explore yourself as you are, and in amongst that safety of a community of people that like just allow you to be you. It's not something we did one of the sacred senses on Thursday this week, and there was a gentleman there who's not done any work with me. And I said to him, "This is pretty brave of you to come along. You don't know what I do, or, like you've never been to anything before." And he said, "I just like didn't know that I needed this, but I so need this." Um, and he said, like, I've just never really stopped. And he said, being able to express what's actually in my mind out loud to other people, he said, I don't have this. And he said, and it just feels amazing. I love the fact that we're just all saying what we feel. And it's not, it was like we were really expressing how we were feeling about the food and what fire means for us and what water actually feels like. We were going through all the elements. And he said, it's just so cool to be able to actually express how this feels, because then I'm getting to really like think about like, what is fire for me? Um, so yeah, my work is all about like just bringing you into that space where you could have a thought and put it out loud and just see where it lands for yourself, and just explore yourself in all different experiences, different conversations. Yeah, just to learn more about you and how you are in the world. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's the coolest thing. So, but I bang on a lot about the space between the notes. This is something that, well, I'm going to take you through the process that actually started all of this. As empaths, we are everywhere, okay? Our energy feels there and there and there and up there and down there, and like we're feeling all of it. And because we're this big bloody energy sponge, we've also got massive hearts. And so we leave a little bit of ourselves there, and we leave ourselves back there in our past and all that stuff that happened. And we left it with the woman at the supermarket that told us her life story. And we've left it over there with a friend of ours that's going through some stuff, and we're really there for them. So we might come home of a night time and we're not whole. We've left parts of ourselves absolutely everywhere. And I started to feel, I love this word. I love this word. You're going to hear this a lot. Discombobulated, where you feel all over the shop, because you actually are. You're in all other places. So something that I started to do for myself was as I'd lay down in bed of a night time, I close down my eyes. Do this with me now. Do it, unless you're driving. Closing down your eyes, place your hand upon your heart. You don't have to do any spectacular breathing, just breathe. Just bring your awareness into that feeling of placing your hand upon your heart. And like if it warms up, if you get all that warm and fuzzy feeling, if you feel absolutely nothing, whatever it is, just, yeah, bring your awareness to whatever that is, but just sit there for as long as you can. And then out loud or in your mind, just say the words, I call myself home. I call all parts of me home now. And if you're a visual person, you could actually see like you're a jigsaw puzzle and all the little puzzle pieces are coming back in to create the whole picture of you again. It's something that I do at nighttime before I go to sleep. And then I do it in the morning because if you're anything like me, our dream state can be quite active. You don't know what you're doing, where you're going, what bloody realm you're in at nighttime. So, there's like parts of you flying off into all these different realms and in the universe and jumping into whatever. So, call yourself back home again so that when you start your day, you're starting your day in your wholeness. And something that does for me in the morning when I call myself back home, I actually just check in and go, all right, how have I woken up? What version of me has actually arrived on the planet this morning? And just, yeah, I've said it before in a past video, but you're going to hear me say it again. It's that check yourself before you wreck yourself. Have you ever had those days where you get up, you kick your toe, you run out of toothpaste, you go to, like, you can't find your car keys, you hop in the car and you just let that energy just keep going. So you get every red light, you get a really bad text from somebody, you're like, all of these things start to happen because you've started off in that energy and the energy just builds and it just keeps going. So if you can wake up of a morning and check in and find yourself in that state, you actually have an opportunity to shift it before you actually go anywhere else. Before you start your day and go and be around humans, you can actually bring yourself into a better space so that that energy doesn't just keep, it's like, and it just like speeds up and it gets worse and worse by the end of the day. It's like watching one of those movies where everything just goes wrong. Excuse me. So checking in with yourself of a morning, how am I feeling? Phew, a bit anxious. Am I anxious though? Is this mine? Also checking in to see, is this actually mine? Because some days you'll wake up and you'll think, what the freak? I went to bed going feeling fine, and I've woken up all anxious, or I've woken up like really angry or annoyed or just a bit sharp around the edges. As empaths, we understand that we're connected to everything. So check in. Does this actually belong to me? And if it does, own it and work with it, deal with it. If you go, does this belong to me? And go, it's not even making sense. Like, I'm not actually angry. Then go, okay, there's something going on in the world today. And just have that as like a little bit of a cue as you go out there that maybe the energy out there today is a little bit touchy. It's a little bit on the angry side or a little bit heated. So what I tend to do when I feel that and I feel like it's not mine, I go, oh, I need to actually soften. Because as empaths too, this is something they don't really bang on about with empaths because for a lot of times for me, all I heard about, and I'm going to say it, every time I go to search anything or look up anything about empaths, it's always about the suki lala, the too emotional, too sensitive. Are you so sensitive? We're actually powerful creatures. And if we're angry, we're like really angry. If we're sad, like all of our emotions are really amplified. So if you're going to take that anger out into the world and you're going to be angry, you're just going to attract that and you'll get more of it. So it's about softening your edges so that when you go out, you just like it just yields, just like water off a duck's back. That's how we better take care of our energy. So yeah, just sort of just drop that in there and see how that all lands for you and might come back a bit later.